Andor Season 2 ended with a hopeful and uplifting image of Bix Colleen, Audrey Arjona, holding the baby she had with Cassian Andor, Diego Luna, but Star Trek, Picard Season 3 already did this story, and better. Executive produced by Tony Gilroy, Andor is a remarkable Star Wars series delving into the harsh truths and realities of building the Rebel Alliance against the Galactic Empire. Andor Season 2 perfectly leads into Rogue One, while offering hope that Cassian's legacy will continue with his newborn child after his heroic sacrifice on Scarif. Andor's 2 seasons and Star Trek, Picard Season 3 are the most acclaimed recent projects of the Star Wars and Star Trek franchises, respectively. While they are very different stories that accomplish disparate goals, Andor and Picard share a surprising story point in common. But where Andor ends in a surprise and a door that is tragically closed, Star Trek, Picard Season 3 uses a similar plot as a jumping-off point that delivers what Andor, by design, cannot. Star Trek, Picard's Dr. Crusher already did Bix's ending in Andor. Beverly and Bix did the same thing with their babies. Bix Colleen, Audrey Arjona, hugging her baby in Andor Season 2 EP 12. Image via Disney+. Andor Season 2's finale, Jeddah, Kyber, Urso, wraps up with a thrilling montage of Cassian Andor preparing to depart towards the events of Rogue One while also checking in on Andor's surviving characters like Mon Mothma, Genevieve O'Reilly, Vel Sartha, Faye Marseille, and the imprisoned Dedra Meero, Denise Goff. Andor's final image is a twist showing Bix Colleen has returned to Minerau to raise the baby she shares with Cassian. Both mother and child await Andor's return, which, tragically, will never come. Bix left Cassian in Andor Season 2, Episode 9, Welcome to the Rebellion, imploring him to remain with the rebels because she learned his destiny as a messenger from a Force healer. Bix never told Cassian that she was pregnant, and she is raising their child in secret on Minerau. Bix's decision is a stark echo of a similar choice Dr. Beverly Crusher made in the years before Star Trek, Picard Season 3. At Star Trek, Picard Season 3 begins with Drive Crusher signaling Jean-Luc for help, with the gradual reveal that Jack Crusher is Picard's son. As Picard Season 3 progresses, Beverly explains she got pregnant during a romantic holiday with Jean-Luc some time after Star Trek, Nemesis. Fearful that Picard's many enemies would hunt their son, Beverly left the USS Enterprise and cut off all contact. Like Bix, Dr. Crusher did not tell Picard she was pregnant when she vanished, and Beverly raised Jack in secret until the events of Star Trek, Picard Season 3. How Star Trek, Picard did Bix's Andor ending differently and better. Picard Season 3's story begins where Andor's ends. Andor Season 2's ending was fittingly poetic. Bix carrying Cassian's baby and looking to the horizon not only mirrors Star Wars' iconic scenes of Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill, and Rey Skywalker, Daisy Ridley, gazing toward Tatooine's twin suns on the horizon, but it offers solace that Cassian's legacy will continue despite his death in Rogue One. However, it's also a tragic sight as Cassian will never meet his child, who will grow up without a father. Dr. Beverly Crusher and Jack Crusher allowed Star Trek, Picard to springboard off the fact that Admiral Picard has a son he never knew. Jean-Luc meets Jack, and they learn that the father passed organic Borg DNA to his son. Picard saved Jack from his destiny to become Vox of Borg, proving how much he loves his son. At the end of Star Trek, Picard Season 3, Jack follows his father into Starfleet and is assigned the USS Enterprise G. Jean-Luc Picard's legacy will continue through Jack, while Star Trek, Picard Season 3's ending also saw Jean-Luc and Beverly potentially reignite their romance. With Jack and Beverly, Picard has gained the family that eluded him throughout his life. The happy resolution for Jean-Luc Picard, Jack, and Beverly Crusher is an ending that can never be for Cassian Andor, Bix Colleen, and their offspring, even if Cassian and Bix's grown child ends up joining the Resistance in the Star Wars sequels era. Did Bix's Andor ending steal from Star Trek, Picard? There's no evidence Andor was influenced by Picard. Andor Season 2 was produced in late 2024 while Star Trek, Picard Season 3 aired its final episode in May 2023. Still, there's no evidence Tony Gilroy and his writers were influenced by or took a story element from Picard Season 3. The story of a mother raising her child alone to protect it from her father's enemies, or in Andor's case, to spur Cassian onto his destiny as a rebel hero, is not uncommon. It's a pleasant coincidence that Bix Colleen made a choice in Andor that is similar to Dr. Beverly Crusher's in Star Trek, Picard. Star Trek, Prodigy Season 2 picked up on Star Trek, Picard's story thread, introducing Dr. Beverly Crusher in 2384, just a few years after she left the USS Enterprise to raise Jack in secret. Prodigy Season 2 also allowed Beverly's eldest son, Wesley Crusher, Will Wheaton, to meet his baby brother, Jack. Unfortunately, such a moment wouldn't be possible in Star Wars. Cassian and Bix's baby has no siblings, and Cassian never found his own sister, so it's unlikely Bix's child will ever meet members of Cassian's family. The best thing about Bix in Andia's ending being similar to Dr. Beverly Crusher's choice in Star Trek, Picard Season 3 is that both convey hope for the future. The best part of Cassian will live on through his child with Bix. In Star Trek, Picard, Jack Crusher inherited the intelligence and heroism of both of his parents. But that's where Star Trek, Picard one-ups Andia. Jack Crusher will continue with the love and support of his parents, and his destiny can be modeled on the bold adventures of his parents on the Starship Enterprise.